Hey everyone, how you doing? Today I want to talk about mania. It's part of bipolar, part and parcel of bipolar. Um, Although I don't know exactly if this is true, but I think that some people don't experience mania and just experience the depressive side of the illness. For me though, I don't. I get both sides of it. I've just come out of a a manic episode. It was a hypomania episode, so it wasn't as bad as mania, which I have had this year. It was quite a I've got a telltale sign for hypomania or mania, in that whenever I start to wake up early, now when I say wake up early, I mean like really wake up early, around 3:30, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, and then feel the need to just get out of bed. I feel sometimes there's not much I can do about that, and then just get up and it does allow me to kind of get things done. If anything that I might need to be doing that I haven't done yet, then I'm able to do that. But I just feel an excess of energy, and that includes going to bed late at night. So I might be going to bed at 11 or 12 at night and then getting up at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, which would usually for a lot of people would be pretty difficult. But I don't really feel the tiredness until the manic period comes to an end. For me as well, mania, it's the money is the key thing that affects me. So I'll spend money, look to kind of spend it as much as I can. Um, Over the years, I have spent 200, 300, 400 pounds at a time. Um, However, nowadays I tend to buy small things, which doesn't make it doesn't make it right, because you end up buying one small thing that might cost off eBay, between £2 and £5, and before you know it, you've bought 20 things off eBay between £2 and £5, and or your money has gone. But I know that for a lot of people, they have urges, and you pretty much lose your inhibitions. You can be quite kind of awkward with family members or with friends, or I may, as I did the other day, say to a friend just a blank no when I was asked if I wanted to go out somewhere, and whereas before, when I'm not manic, I can be much more, how would you put it, much more talkative, and maybe a bit less subtle than I usually am when I did that the other day. So the other things with mania, for me, and I'm talking a personal case, would like to know if anyone else out there has any other things that happen to them during mania. It's not an awful pleasant thing, and I don't know what's worse, the mania or the depression. I take lithium, which is supposed to eliminate mania, but it hasn't. I believe it's supposed to eliminate mania, or at least reduce it. But I've had two major episodes of mania this year, and one minor. And I'm due back at my psychiatrist on Monday, and be bringing that up, because I don't see my psychiatrist very often, because I'm deemed as being high functioning. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because it means that I think that you're taken care of less, and you're kind of left to your own devices. So that's, I believe that happens in other places as well. It's just the way it is. I wasn't up early this morning, which was good. So the getting up early, I think, started around about last Saturday or Sunday, and I was getting up early, and then just I don't really. I go downstairs and I'll do some stuff. Go on my laptop, or sit and watch a episode of Still Game or something like that. But I don't go back to sleep, and I don't sleep during the day. I don't feel any need for it. It's just a very strange feeling. I get thoughts of grandeur as well, where I suddenly think that I could stop a bus or stop a car just with my hands if I stepped out in front of it. It's really weird and strange to talk about, but you get delusions of grandeur. It's as again, it's a personal thing. Um, and I'm usually heightened with hallucinations, which I've had a couple, but only a couple, which is good. My medication or the aripiprazole, the antipsychotic that I take, seems to be taking care of that side. But for instance, I was down at the park with my dog earlier on, and I saw a herd of elephants in the distance. Now, I I get pseudo hallucinations, so I'm able to tell that that's not real and that hasn't happened. When I was younger, I couldn't tell that they had happened. I couldn't tell they were. I seemed to not be able to tell that they were real or not. So, um, my family had, I think, started to think that our house was haunted because of these things I was seeing. But in actual fact, it was just my bipolar causing that. So, yeah, that was today. That was today. But you know, the main worry is now that we now go into a point where we start to sink into depression, which often happens at the end of mania. So fingers crossed that's not going to happen. It did happen last time when I had one about 6 weeks ago, and it was mild, which was good. But the time before that, and I had one about February, March time. I think it was February. I went to deep depression, which was horrible. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen again. Um, but anyway, if you have any questions for me or anything like that, just put a comment in, and have a great rest of the day.